Throughout Transformers history, there have been several mystical objects capable of granting new Transformers life. The Marvel comic book introduced the Creation Matrix, also known as the Matrix of Leadership, while the original animated series featured the megacomputer Vector Sigma. Today, we're looking at the most recent addition to this list of ancient life-giving Cybertronian relics, and the one that tends to be the source of life in most modern Transformers stories, the ALLSPARK. The ALLSPARK was introduced into Transformers lore by the first live-action movie in 2007. Now, the earliest drafts of the film's script had actually featured the Matrix as the life-giving plot device around which the story revolved, but there were concerns that a general audience was likely to connect that name with the Keanu Reeves movie of the same title. So the Matrix was replaced in the story with a new relic called the Energon Cube, named after the fuel containers featured in the original Transformers cartoon. With this new name in place, the relic's design was created, a huge metallic cube covered in Cybertronian runes. But late in production, it was renamed for a second time, becoming the ALLSPARK. This name was taken from the 1999 animated series Beast Machines, in which it had been used as a name for the Transformers' afterlife, the extra-dimensional realm from which all Transformer life forces, known as sparks, originated. The origins of the ALLSPARK were a mystery, but it was responsible for giving life to both the planet Cybertron and the Transformer race through its ability to generate Energon, the raw energy that was the mysterious stuff of life itself. To prevent the Decepticons from using the ALLSPARK's power for evil, the Autobots were forced to launch it into space to put it beyond the villain's reach. But without the ALLSPARK's life-giving energy to sustain it, Cybertron was condemned to a slow death, and in time, the Transformers had to leave their homeworld to track the cube down. They followed the ALLSPARK across the stars to Earth, where it had fallen into the hands of the government organization Sector 7. A battle over the cube ensued in the streets of Mission City, where its power was on full display. Unlike past depictions of the Matrix or Vector Sigma, which required a Transformer's body to be built before they could bring it to life, the ALLSPARK was capable of infusing life even into normal, everyday machines, instantly reformatting ordinary devices like cell phones, vending machines, and video game consoles into fully fledged Transformers. The chaos ended when human Sam Witwicky shoved the ALLSPARK into Megatron's chest, overloading the Decepticon leader and destroying him and the cube in one blow. The story continued in the movie's 2009 sequel, Revenge of the Fallen, in which it transpired that while the ALLSPARK's physical form had been destroyed, its power remained active in shards of the cube that had survived, one of which was stolen by the Decepticons and used to resurrect Megatron. The film further established that, like the Matrix in classic media, the ALLSPARK had contained the collective knowledge and wisdom of the entire Transformer race. Knowledge that, with the cube's destruction, had transferred itself into Sam's mind, making him a target for the Decepticons. It wasn't clearly explained in the finished film, but the story's intention was that at the movie's climax, the ALLSPARK's knowledge was transferred out of Sam into a new vessel, the Matrix of Leadership, thereby bringing the story of the ALLSPARK full circle by transforming it into the very object that had inspired it in the first place. As such a prominent new addition to Transformers lore, and a big part of the movie universe, the ALLSPARK has factored into multiple pieces of tie-in movie media and merchandise. Both Starscream and the human cabal The Initiative made efforts to create replicas of the destroyed cube in comic book sequels to the film, and an assortment of toys of the cube have been released as accessories with various movie action figures. Furthermore, following its movie introduction, the ALLSPARK and the story of its launch into space have been adapted into several other Transformers series, beginning with 2007's Transformers Animated. Animated made the connection between the ALLSPARK and the Matrix clear from the beginning, depicting the relic not as a cube, but as a crystal sphere held within a 10-sided container designed to resemble the Matrix's shell. This series emphasized the mystical, mysterious nature of the ALLSPARK, implying that it had a will of its own and that it manipulated events around itself. When it was discovered on a barren asteroid by Optimus Prime's crew of Autobots, the ALLSPARK opened a space bridge that took the crew to Earth. There, it granted human Sari Sumdak a powerful key that could channel its unearthly energies, with which she could reshape and control machines, heal Transformers, enhance their powers, and more. When Megatron later got his hands on the ALLSPARK, Optimus Prime foiled his plans by using Sari's key to shatter the crystal, which resulted in fragments being scattered across the city of Detroit, where they embedded themselves in various machines and brought them to life as new Transformers. Eventually, in the 2009 series finale, the Autobots succeeded in reassembling the shattered crystal and placed it in a new, smaller container based directly on the Matrix, effectively doing as Revenge of the Fallen had done and bringing its version of the ALLSPARK full circle as well. Now, while both the movies and animated made the choice to merge the ALLSPARK and the Matrix into one, 2010's aligned continuity took a different approach. In this universe, all three life-giving relics from Transformers history, the ALLSPARK, the Matrix, and Vector Sigma, coexisted as separate objects. The powers of life and knowledge were split up amongst them, each relic serving its own unique purpose. The Matrix contained the power and wisdom of the Primes, the original 13 Transformers. Vector Sigma was a database of Cybertronian history, and the ALLSPARK was the source of life, which resided at the bottom of the Well of All Sparks, the fount from which all new Transformers were born out of the fabric of Cybertron itself. Here, it was explicitly established for the first time that, like the Matrix and Vector Sigma in other series before it, the ALLSPARK's ability to grant life was due to it serving as a conduit for the power of the Transformers' god, Primus. As detailed in the Transformers Prime animated series, the aligned ALLSPARK wasn't a physical object, but rather was made of pure energy, which was sealed in a vessel so it could be fired into space. It drifted through the Theta Scorpii system for millions of years, until being recovered by Optimus Prime after the end of the war. However, when the spirit of Primus's evil brother Unicron possessed Megatron, Optimus was forced to transfer the ALLSPARK out of its vessel and into the Matrix, so that he could use the vessel to extract and imprison Unicron's life force. As the Matrix was bonded to his own spark, Optimus could now not return the ALLSPARK to the well without giving up his own life in the process, which he did willingly in order to restore Cybertron's ability to generate life. The depiction of the ALLSPARK, the Matrix, and Vector Sigma as distinct objects continued into 2018's Transformers Cyberverse, to which the ALLSPARK, depicted here as a 20-sided icosahedron, was central. In this series, as in the movies, the ALLSPARK's journey through space brought it to Earth, where, to protect itself, it created a guardian named Cheetor, who kept it safe for millennia. When the Transformers arrived on Earth in the modern day, the ALLSPARK was stolen by Starscream, who used Vector Sigma to unlock its secrets and master its power, and almost used it to drain the life forces of all Transformers, until Optimus Prime used the Matrix to overpower him. The Autobots subsequently returned the ALLSPARK to Cybertron and revitalized the dying planet. The ALLSPARK has also appeared in other, more unusual places, like crossovers with Angry Birds and Ghostbusters, and now it's once again at the heart of the Transformers war, in Netflix's new War for Cybertron Siege animated series, as the Autobots fight to prevent Megatron from using it to reprogram them all into Decepticons. For a concept that originally only came into being as a stand-in for the Matrix, the ALLSPARK is now inextricably tied to the Transformers franchise, and to Hasbro as a whole. As of 2019, their film and television production company Hasbro Studios has been renamed ALLSPARK, and its subsidiaries, ALLSPARK Pictures and ALLSPARK Animation, produce the new Transformers films and cartoons. Before time began, there was the Cube, and while its shape has changed as time has gone on, it seems the ALLSPARK is here to stay. And those are the basics on the ALLSPARK. Cube, Crystal, D20, same as the Matrix or separate? Leave a comment with your preferred take on it. Like and subscribe for more Transformers history and lore. Click the bell to be notified about future episodes, and get early access to them by supporting the series on Patreon.